In 7.2, we need to know about the domain and range of functions. So what is the domain? The domain of this function is all the inputs. And when you have a picture, this is a pretty doable thing. Without a picture, it just depends. So for instance, this point on our function has an x number of 2. So 2 is in the domain of the function. And this point right here has an x number of 0. And so 0 is in the domain of the function. And this point is in the domain of the function. In fact, think about the x numbers of all these points. One way to do that is to project them vertically onto the x-axis. And I think you can get the idea that since this is unbroken, this parabola is unbroken, there's no gaps, in essence it covers the entire x-axis. If you pick a point on the x-axis, you can go up high enough to find a point on the parabola with that x number. So the domain is simply all of the x numbers of all the points on this function. So here the domain is all real numbers, and the easiest symbol for all real numbers is kind of a script R. Now the range is a little bit harder. The range are the outputs, and we reserve y. We hijack our old y value to represent the outputs of the function. So the outputs of the function are the heights. So right here the output is 2 because it has a height of 2. Right here the output is 1 because it has a height of 1. Here the output is 0. Here the output is -2. Here the output is -3. Here the output is -2. It doesn't look like we get any outputs down here. So the range is not going to be all real numbers because there are no outputs this low. Height of a function measures the output, and so it looks like the outputs start at -3, including -3 right at this point, and then climb up forever. And so using interval notation for the range, we would have -3 and above. Not quite all real numbers because there's nothing down here.